Ryan Martin's Fireball Camaro on 275's small tire missile to big tire beast. When it comes to huge tires without preparation, the Fireball Camaro has been the vehicle of choice for many years. It's the ride that made Ryan Martin famous and frightened the field with unrelenting brutality. Now, though, it may literally mean leaving the large stage and entering somewhere a bit more confined. We are discussing drag radials of 275. That would be like attempting to split a hair with a sledgehammer. It's a completely different game, requiring accuracy, dexterity, and a setup that must always be spot on. Ryan Martin, however, is the only one who can pull this off and make it work. And let's be real, just the thought of that screw-blown Hemi screaming down a 275 track is enough to give any small tire racer second thoughts about showing up. What caused the change? The scoop is as follows. For No Prep Kings Season 8, Ryan is locking in with the Grey Pro Charger car, which is lighter, more reliable, and designed specifically for large tire no prep bouts. The Fireball Camaro, which still has incredible horsepower and is currently in 128% overdrive, is left on the sidelines. Or is it? The Fireball weighs about 2,850 pounds, which makes it a little heavy for today's huge tire situation without any preparation. However, Ryan is reinventing it for a new purpose rather than letting it gather dust. Here comes the radial build of 275. This goes beyond simply changing tires. That's a complete change. Ryan has made it clear that the Fireball will undergo a complete overhaul, complete with weight modifications, new suspension geometry, and all the tuning magic for which he and his crew are renowned. The objective? Make a mini tire assassin out of this enormous tire legend. Consequences for 2025. If you were expecting 2025 to be another season filled with near calls and rapid passes, you were mistaken. The world of little tires could be completely upended by this action. According to reports, one of the small tire races offered by Speed Promotions Racing this year is on radial prep and has a $2,100 prize. What happens if that is the case and if the Fireball appears? This concludes the game. If properly prepped, a screw-blown Fireball Camaro on 275s might be extremely powerful. Radials are a distinct species. When prepared properly, they hook strongly, but there is very little room for error. You must be extremely accurate with the power curve, suspension, and tune. However, Ryan isn't playing it safe, which is what makes this so crazy. With one of the most recognizable vehicles in Street Outlaws history, he is going all out. How about the Phoenix? Now some of you may be asking, isn't Ryan already driving a little tire car? Yes. The Phoenix Camaro has been dominating tiny tire races without much preparation and holding its own quite well. However, the Phoenix is designed for uneven terrain where control is crucial and traction is a mystery. On radials, the Fireball, that monster is distinct. There is more full throttle, straight line brutality, and less dancing about the groove. One car is for survival. Obliteration is the subject of the other. Ryan Martin's Versatility, two very different builds for two completely different surfaces, is precisely what keeps him one step ahead of the competition. He's not merely slamming horsepower into issues. He is creating specialized tools for specialized tasks. That is a sign that a racer is playing chess rather than checkers. The more comprehensive view. Let's take a moment to zoom out. This relocation might serve as a testing ground in addition to being a novel challenge. Consider this. After dominating a few events and perfecting the Fireball on 275s, Ryan may modify the build to become hybrid, a vehicle that, depending on the race, may swap between tiny and large tire configurations. Such adaptability would revolutionize the game. It allows for more competitions, victories, and creativity in a sport that is constantly looking for new ideas. And if Ryan demonstrates that a hefty, screwed-up car like the Fireball can compete with the best in radial or Pro 275 no time, be careful. You may be sure that other teams will begin to take notice. It's legacy, not just racing. Ultimately, it's not simply the power, the technology, or the victories that make this move exhilarating. It's the attitude. Ryan isn't resting on his laurels. He is continuously pushing himself, his team, and the sport as a whole. It has to do with evolution, reimagining, taking something legendary and using it to change the rules. You should therefore keep an eye on the Fireball Camaro this season. regardless of whether you're a devoted radial fan, a tire purist, or just someone who enjoys watching a Hemi go into full kill mode down the strip. Because this may be the most explosive chapter yet, it's not just a new one.